Before the video begins, I want to say one, I have tried to keep this video as spoiler free as possible. However, if you are thinking that you don't want to know even 0.1% about the characters, about the book, what the plot of the book is, things like that, then I would advise you to not watch this video, because a lot of things about this book is like already very popular, so it was very hard for me to express myself without giving those parts away. So if you want absolutely no information, then skip the video. But if you're okay with very like light information, then this video is completely spoiler free and you can enjoy the video. Also, there is a spoiler video for members. I'm gonna put the link in the description to subscribe to the membership, and you can watch the spoiler video there. For now, for this video, enjoy the spoiler free version. It's finally time! I am going to read the Shatter Me series in this video. Hi you guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing very nice. I'm sending a lot of hugs and positivity to all of you. Hi, if you're new, welcome to the channel. I really hope you enjoy the content, and if you do, consider subscribing. I make a lot of bookish videos and I also make some weekly vlogs. So if you do choose to subscribe, then we are going to be book besties who catch up over coffee. In its entirety is an 11 book series, which is like absolutely insane just how much people love this series for it to have 11 parts to it. And I think one of the books recently came out also, but I am not sure that I'm going to read all of the 11 books in this video, because if I read 11 books in one video, I think this video is going to be 2 hours long. I'm not sure exactly how many books I'm going to read. What I have seen from my research is that you can read the original trilogy, so 3 books, and then there are 2 novellas in between those books. So in total I may read those 5 books in this video, and if you guys want part 2 of this, then I would love to read the rest of the books too. Also, I do want to decide for myself after reading these 5 books whether I do want to continue with the series or not, because if originally this is a trilogy, then what is the series going on about? Am I even that interested and invested in the characters for me to read 11 books? So we're gonna see all of that in today's video. The first book in the series is Shatter Me. Now here's the thing, I have read this book already, I think around 6 months ago, 6 to 7 months ago, and I had decided that when I'm going to read the entire series, I will read the first book also, so that I can recap everything that happened. But first of all, I remember almost everything that has happened in the book. Sort of rereading, I did read some spoiler reviews and spoiler recaps to remember what exactly happened, and I remembered most of it because I have been wanting to read this series since a very long time at this point, like since I read the first book. And because the series is so popular, this also keeps popping up in my feed, and so because of that, I remembered literally every single detail in the book. And 2, I also couldn't get myself to reread this book because of one character, Adam. Mainly because of Adam, this is honestly not my favorite book on earth. I think when I have read it, I have given it 3.5 stars. Let me rewind a little bit and tell you what the book is about, and then tell you what I think about it. This is the story of Juliet, who has been a prisoner since almost a year when you are starting out the book, because her touch is lethal. So apparently if she touches anybody, that person will die. In this world, everything is ashes, the skies are gray, there is no life, there is no food, people are not able to survive, things like that. Very Hunger Games District 12 vibes, you know, everybody is just getting by somehow. At the starting of the books, we see that she has been alone for a long time, except now somebody enters the cell with her, and that person is Adam. Now let me get into why I did not enjoy the book and why I do not like Adam. I like the concept of the book a lot, and I also enjoyed the writing of the book a lot. For example, there are these strikeouts in the middle of the pages, and that is not like a one-page thing, it has happened multiple times, and I really liked that writing style. And along with that, there are just like some lines that I have underlined because they totally blew me away. For example, summer is like a slow cooker bringing everything in the world to a boil 1 degree at a time. And that is not about the story, which is why I'm telling you, but just so you get a sense of the kind of writing there is. It's very poetic and lyrical. The sun is an arrogant thing, always leaving the world behind when it tires of us. The moon is a loyal companion. It never leaves, it's always there, watching steadfast, knowing us in our light and dark moments, changing forever just as we do. And then it goes on and on about how moon is our best friend and is better than the sun, and I absolutely loved that line. Adam is the main love interest of the book, and since he had entered the cell, just the heat and little bit like of a slow burn that I saw between Adam and Juliet, I was like, I love them so much. But as the book moved forward, Adam has become one of the most annoying characters ever. First of all, the guy does something in the book which at some point, which I'm not gonna tell you what it is, which is just shady. If at least you're claiming to be like the good guy, then you shouldn't be doing things like that, then be the good guy. And secondly, the guy has absolutely no personality whatsoever. There were so many interesting parts in the book where I was like totally invested in the scene and the plot, and then Adam would come up in it and he would just have the worst lines, and not the worst lines, I mean there are some things that Adam says which is like really good, but it's just that I don't care about the guy at all. He's so annoying, and he is such a big part of the entire book that this book just lost a lot, at least like a lot of like my interest and whatnot, because of that one character. Now let me tell you exactly why and when I decided to continue the series, and the biggest reason is Aaron Warner. Also because you guys told me that it gets better, so there are two reasons actually. You don't get to see much of Aaron Warner in the book except for like a few really evil things that he does, but there have been a couple of scenes which I think about all the time. Aaron Warner has not left my brain. As a character, he is complex, and along with that, the way he looks at Juliet as a weapon, as lethal, makes me look at Juliet in a makes me look at Juliet in a very different light, and I enjoy her character, and she becomes more complex because of that. Because every time I look at Juliet from Adam's perspective, it's quite annoying for me. Like, shut up already. I don't exactly know what is going to happen. Even like when I was reading the book for the first time, I did not know anything about the book whatsoever, and I just want the entire series to revolve around Aaron way more than it will revolve around Adam. That is what I want, because if that doesn't happen and Adam continues to be the bigger chunk of the series, then I don't know if I'm going to continue it. I don't have the next books, the physical copy of the next book, so I downloaded the books on my Kindle. It's basically the entire 5-book collection on the Kindle, and I'm going to read the second book, which is actually a novella, which is called Destroy Me. I'm gonna sit right now and start reading it. The whole book is from the perspective of Aaron. That is going to be good. It's going to be good. I'm on chapter 12 right now, and things have taken quite a turn. Honestly, it's a little swoony and jaw-dropping, but with hints of darkness. It's not swoony in a, oh my god, he's like so adorable way. It's swoony in a little bit of a dark way. He does, like, he's still the person we saw in the first book, but he's also not the person we saw in the first book. It's just the obsession that he has. It's so deliciously dark, and it's very enjoyable. I don't really know what is going on, as in I do know what's going on, but at the same time, the dynamic between these characters, I have to be so vague, but the dynamic between these characters, why is this happening? I just don't understand. Where is it rooting from? What is the foundation? Because what you read in the first book, it's not that developed. Like, he literally just met her. Like, what are you going on and on about? When did all of these things happen? Why are they happening? What exactly is happening? And there have been a few like hints here and there. There's been like a chapter or something which is like, what's going on? I am feeling confused also, but I am also interested, and now I'm gonna read ahead because I can't stop. I just finished chapter 16. I am anyhow reading more about Warner's other relationships and how it has affected the kind of person that he is and why he does what he does and things like that. But along with that, it's dark. Chapter 16 is probably one of the darkest chapters I have read in a fantasy book or like a dystopian book, because obviously I have read books where we also see the perspective of the villain. Like, I have read multiple series like that, like it's literally my favorite thing on earth. And so I do know that these people think of themselves as the monster, but they also can't do anything about it. But this is another level darkness, like especially chapter 16. And even like there are little instances where the way the way Warner is, it's dark. Chapter 16 is quite graphic. Like, I literally just had chills. I had chills. I'm done with the book. I'm already done with the second book. I mean, to be fair, it was a novella, but I'm done with the book. I'm telling you, I did not like Adam in the first book whatsoever. I'm balancing you over here. Okay. I did not like Adam so much because literally just the removal of that one character has made a novella so much better than the entire novel. This novella, I think, has 23 chapters, and the novel, like, imagine, obviously way more. And I enjoyed this, and I learned more about the entire world and whatnot more in this book compared to the entire novel, the entire first novel. I'm telling you, it's because there was no Adam in this. That is the reason I enjoyed it. This is probably one of the best things the author has done by giving Aaron Warner his own book. Like, if I also saw Aaron Warner's chapters POV in the novel, it would not have the impact that it has on me right now, because I did not expect myself to be this invested in the series after reading the novella. If the first book was anything like this, I don't think I would have waited 6 months to get to it, because what I have read, I need to read ahead. I need to know what's going to happen now. There's just something that Warner and Juliet have, which is not just romance. It's something else. It's layered, it's complex, it's toxic. Maybe the bond is strong, and I am literally right now, it's very late right now, okay, but I'm literally going to sit and start reading the third book right away. I can't wait. I have not stopped thinking about Aaron Warner, and I have not stopped thinking about the second book, which is a novella. Aaron Warner has a true villainous origin story. It's quite common. The reason, I feel like a lot of villains have the same reason. I'm like, I can't say it, but like, what is going on, you know? But at the same time, even though it's like a little common, the idea of the villainous origin story, the guy has a true origin story, and his brain is affected in a very real way because of that, and his mind is a very dark place to be in. And that is exactly the kind of villains I like. And I started reading Unravel Me, and a lot of it has been development after, like, when we end the first book. I have been getting quite annoyed by Adam yet again. I mean, he's not really a bad character in this book, but I am so annoyed by him, like, constantly. And then I got to chapter 13 where something is revealed, and I'm like, yes, finally. Okay, I think that if anybody has been rooting for Adam, they would be like, no, like, why, or whatever. Given that I do not like Adam, I am very happy about this. Honestly, one of the people who is like, oh my god, why this is happening, is Juliet, because Juliet is so obsessed with Adam. Like, she literally cannot think about anything else. I don't like it, how much she's attached to Adam. Honestly, that attachment within itself is like a red flag, if you ask me. You shouldn't be that attached. Anyways, don't want to get into it. Juliet is one of the people who's like, no, I wish this did not happen. Till now, I think I'm 20-30% into the book, and I have inhaled this book. I am reading it so quickly. There is development in the war side of things and the political part of the book side of things, and even power side of things, and there's a lot of character development happening for Juliet. So that's what's going on right now. There has been absolutely no glimpse of Warner, which is honestly sad for me because I like him so much. But yeah, like it's fine because I do want to see the other side of things also. And Warner, like when he appears, yeah, it'll be fun. I'm excited to see what happens. The difference between these characters is so clear. For example, like the basic of the basics, when you're reading Juliet's POV in this book, the poetic writing style has begun again. The striking out has begun again, and the way she looks at the world, it's quite poetic, and that has begun again. And when you were reading Warner's book, there was absolutely no poetry. There was only intense emotions and obsession and hatred and darkness and things like that. There was no poetry, whatever. So like, it's their voices are very, very different. Their characters have been developed distinctly and very well, and now I need them to like meet each other. Finally, I'm at the chapter where the last book ended. So till now I was seeing what was happening with Juliet while what was happening with Aaron in the other book, and now finally like that point has come. There is like a lot of relatability with Juliet that I have. Like there is this thing that she has with friends and like with just like friendship, and that is so relatable to me. Secondly, I just want to say Adam is very annoying. I don't know why. Like till now it's not like he's done something, okay, nothing in particular. And honestly, like there are points where I'm like, I get it. Like I get why she likes him, I get why I should root for him or whatever, but at the same time he's so annoying. It's like he has to tell her something and he'll take 2 years to tell her that. Why can't you just be clear with what you want to say? Just like say it on her face, you know? Why beating around the bush? To know something about Warner, a little detail, I'm gonna give you a hint. Warner. Is he gonna do it? What? Aww, Kenji is like getting developed more and more, and more than that, like Kenji and Juliet, they're building their relationship, like sorry, not relationship, like their friendship, and it is so nice. When what truly matters to me, I know for sure it's not a fancy degree. I'd like to yes, do please. Okay, you know how oh my god, there's so much I can't say, but this is yes, this is such like you don't even have to think. Sometimes sour, sometimes sweet. An M. Night Shyamalan story called Everything Speaks. Okay, I just finished Unravel Me. The next book is Fracture Me, and hear this out, it's Adam's POV. I don't want to read it. Oh my god. She's not his type at all. He'd probably eat her alive. A weak link can bring everything down with it, and I don't think this is the time to be taking chances. Adam, shut up. Shut up. I did not know I have the capacity to hate somebody as much as I hate Adam now. I just finished the book. If I choose to read anymore now, I'm pretty sure, like I think the sun is already out. Like it's almost morning already, so I need to go to bed. But I did get done with Unravel Me and Fracture Me. Unravel Me, for most part of it, was a lot of like political side of things. So it was a lot of Adam. So it was a little boring because I honestly do not like him. Like he's so boring. Though I will say like some parts I was like, okay, like a little bit. But then he's just like, oh, okay. And then when like things towards the end, they really got going. It was insane what has happened towards the end. And I'm thinking, by the way the book has ended, that I think like we are going to get more of Warner in the next book. I enjoyed this book way more than the first book. Oh my god, you really do have to stick with the story and like move ahead with this story in order to enjoy it, because now I like cannot wait to read Ignite Me and like finish the entire series, not entire series, like the original trilogy. Because, and imagine like if I quit the book, and I think that the novella did a lot of the work when they developed Warner for me. So this book, it was just so much better than the first book, so I enjoyed it a lot. Loved the pacing. Also, like a lot of other characters were there. So for example, there's James, who's Adam's brother. Adam is annoying, but I really like James. There's Castle, who's sort of like a father figure in all of this, and I really like him. Everybody's father, and like Kenji's father. Kenji, I am really beginning to like him. Also, like the speeches that he has given, like friendly speeches to Juliet to take her out of like that, you know, sorrowful depressive mindset. It works so much. Like she really likes him like a friend, and he's also her first friend. He's just like such a fun character, and he has layers to him, so I like him. Now in context with Juliet, I don't know, I'm really beginning to like him. Now I'm going to go ahead and sleep, and I'm going to read the next book as soon as possible. The whole day I have been waiting for this moment where I can sit down and I can read, especially after the way the last book ended. I am like, I couldn't wait. Yesterday I was so close to reading at least the first chapter in Ignite Me. The only reason I was able to stop yesterday was because I read that novella, and it was Adam's POV, and Adam turns me off so freaking hard. I mean, that guy, his name, his presence, his existence in the book, in that world, it turns me off so hard that I was just like, I'm telling you, if Adam's novella was not there, I would be picking up Ignite Me yesterday itself. And today, the whole day, I've been thinking about this time, this moment where I just get to sit and read the book. I have washed my hair, so it may be looking, honestly, it looks really good. My hair, I don't want to talk about my hair in this video. It's time to finally sit and read Ignite Me. Juliet is so different. In this book, she is so different.
Reminiscing the good old days, remembering to forget all the bad ones.
Oh God, I like Adam Warner so much. Why do I always say his full name? I like him so much.
Been wondering what truly matters to me. I know
Kenji is literally my favorite character. I love him so much. If Kenji is her friend, so I would not imagine a romantic relationship between Juliet and Kenji. But I'm just saying that if there is a romance, whatever, like a romantic relationship I want to see of somebody, it's Kenji. I want him to find love, and I want him to find good love, you know, somebody who truly understands him without all of the facade and everything that he puts on. Because like I can't say so much, but like I want him to find that love who will see the deeper layers. Like for example, Juliet sees the deeper layers, but she sees it in a friendly way. He deserves a woman like that also in his life. He's such a lively character. It's so good. Everybody is just like, what? Every time Warner enters the space, I'm like,
find peace beneath the surface.
Warner's face changes seasons as I enter the room. The cold line of his mouth blossoms into a bright smile. His eyes shine as he grins at me, not seeming to mind or even notice the many lethal weapons aimed in his direction. Warner is talking to Adam, and he's like, you have as much charisma as the rotting innards of unidentified roadkill. Fire! Burned Adam! And that is exactly what I think. Warner and Kenji is trying to suppress a smile, because yes,
Everything's
Adam,
peachy. Everything's peachy. Split
I hate Adam.
personality.
This entire experience has been me. Ugh, I hate Adam. Ugh, I don't want it. Ugh,
Story called everything's peachy.
Tell me what you want. Tell me what to do, and I'll do it. Ah, the iconic line. I have not enjoyed Adam much since the beginning because he's just not my kind of character. I was attracted, I did like him first, and then I was like, ugh, like since the beginning. But I still did not think that he would stoop so low. Like, what is happening to him, and what is happening to you? I'm still surprised because I was not expecting him to be this, This book is so like, it is one of the best books in the series, and I just have to say that the main reason is definitely Warner and the moments with Warner. When it comes to the entire plot itself, it's pretty straightforward. There is not much happening. You know the basic plotline of the book, then it's like you will know what is going to happen. It's very predictable in that way. It's something that I have read multiple times before. So in terms of plot, it is not spinning a lot around something. It is not beating around the bush. They are like, okay, this is what is going to happen and this is what is happening. I am not going to beat around the bush. I'm not going to create situations randomly around the main event so that the book becomes more interesting to read. I do think that for a lot of people, when you go into a fantasy, this is a dystopian novel, if you need an entirely built world, then even this book is going to be very disappointing because there is barely any world building at all. There is barely anything building up at all. This particular book is so character driven. You are seeing how people are shifting their identity and changing as people, and I think what I am enjoying the most is Juliet in this book because she is so different from the first two books. She is so different and I am really enjoying it, and it does not seem, that is the one thing that does not seem unrealistic to me, the way that she is, because the way Adam is, the way Warner is, the way people are just like flipping their own script and like, I'm actually this person, it doesn't really make sense like a lot. But then when it comes to Juliet, it makes a lot of sense as to what is going on and why she's doing certain things and things like that, and her character development, it makes a lot of sense. So I'm really enjoying it. I'm just gonna continue reading. What else? Cannot take this. I don't think I'll ever get over this now. I don't think so. Why would you put this scene here? That is one of the most brutal images I can ever have in my brain now.
Sometimes sour, sometimes sweet.
Alright guys, I'm done with the fourth book. I am done with Ignite Me, and I cannot believe that this is supposed to be the final book. It ended so abruptly. I can't tell you how it ended, but like it ended so abruptly. There are so many things which I have talked about in the spoiler vlog, that like there are so many loose threads that we don't get to know at all. And one thing that I can say over here is, like, as I have been talking about since the beginning of this video, these people, Aaron and Juliet, especially Aaron, the way he has talked to her in the beginning itself, and he's like, like, we are supposed to be together, and I'm just like, why? I loved the romance, I loved the development, I loved everything about Aaron, Adam and Juliet. I love the trilogy also, like, not trilogy, what do you call it, the love triangle also, which is rare for me to enjoy love triangles. It's all good, and there's just so much more that has gone into it, so it makes sense to me, like the romance side of things. But I still don't understand the origin of their romance. Which, is there a prophecy? Like, is there something? Because in, for example, other books that I read, if they have this strong connection with each other, which is like insta love, it's like there had to be a prophecy, there had to be something, and that's why they're like, they're drawn towards each other. But in this book, I don't get it. Like, why are you drawn towards each other like this? I don't get it, and I am disappointed by that, firstly. Secondly, There are again so many things which I've already said, other things which were supposed to be finished and they're not. So I know for a fact that I will have to read the next few books. I just cannot believe the fact that people, when they did read it, for example when it came out, and then they had to like wait for 5 years and be like, this is the ending. 5 years later they're like, oh no, there is more to this. That's just like, ugh. That's just like, I don't know what I would personally do if the book ended like this. It cannot, like, this cannot be the ending of the trilogy. If you are wondering whether you have to read only these 5 books or you have to read ahead, I think you have to read ahead. I don't think this is good ending, unless you want to have your like your own open-ended ending, like a happily ever after, then fine, because you know. But if you want like the real thing, like what actually happened, you have to read ahead. So I am going to read ahead. However, like I will have to take a pause because for some reason, not for some, I did think that this is supposed to be a trilogy and the 2 novellas, and so in my head this is the end. I have to take a pause over here. So I do want to know what happens going ahead, but I also have to take a pause now because it's like the end of a series for me. So I think I'm gonna get into the series later on. When it comes to the plot side of things, what I said before is just like, I think that it's very simple. It's like, if you are a fantasy reader or a dystopian reader and you like big worlds and depth and callbacks and things like that, I don't think you will enjoy the book much. It's very, very heavy on the romance side of things. It's very character driven also. Whole thing that we know since the first book, that she's in the establishment and we have to like fight against it, that is not the main point. That is honestly treated like a subplot throughout the entire series. I am not complaining about it because I don't care, because I was honestly obsessed with this entire series because of Aaron Warner and their romance, which it's my new Roman Empire. But at the same time, like if you want that sort of plot, then it is going to be boring for you because they really don't dive deep into like a lot of it. It ends very abruptly towards the end. Aaron Warner, yes, is iconic for me. I'm gonna be thinking about him a lot. I'm just like totally obsessed with Aaron Warner. He's top tier for me. He's probably the best book boyfriend ever for me at this point. So that is what I thought about the book. Is it worth the hype? I just want to say that I think this book has come out in 2013, 2014 or 2012, 2013, 2014, like that. And if I was at that age, or if I had read it that at that time, this would have been revolutionary for me. Because now I think there are a lot of books that I don't want to name that are so like this book. Like there are so many elements from this book taken into those books, and I have already read those first. Like I read the newer books first, and because I read the newer books first, they seemed like new concepts to me. So that way, like if this is like the OG popular book, I understand why everybody would recommend it and talk about it and be obsessed with it. The main reason why people nowadays will be like, oh, like this is not for me, is because we have already read books with similar concepts, and now we're like, oh, it's the same old, but it's not the same old. This is the same old. This came out so many years ago, like almost 10-12 years ago, and it's absolutely iconic. If like a, you know, if you're a teenager or whatever reading this book, then it's absolutely iconic. And so I can see the hype totally. I won't say that it's worth the hype if you're looking for a dystopian novel like Hunger Game vibes, where like that is the main thing and the government is being thrown up and things like that. But if you're looking, it is so freaking worth the hype if you're looking for the villain gets the girl trope. Those are my final views on the series. I am going to continue reading it. Please do motivate me in the comments to read ahead, because I do need that. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I love you guys so much. Bye.